So can you list off any Roadman slang? How would a Roadman say hello?
Wagwan.
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 Criminal background and gangland links of Chris Cubber were revealed today.
Moped gangs are roaming the streets, threatening women and children in broad daylight over jewelry and other potential valuables their victims may have on them.
Robbery and theft from mopeds often tie in with knife-related crimes, since many perpetrators will also carry bladed articles used to their aim.
Many refer to these thugs as roadmen.
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 Roadman.
Roadmen.
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 Roadman.
Roadmen.
But is that really all there is to life as a roadman? Committing crime and being a menace to society? I don't think so. In this second episode, I wanted to dive even deeper into the world of roadman culture and explore topics we didn't get a chance to cover last time, starting with one we briefly touched on: roadman slang.
I'm not gonna lie, the voice-over thing is draining, bro.
Come in, let me chat to you, let me just chat to you. Hey bro, let me chat to you.
If it takes you half an hour to roll the fucking zoo, put it down.
So obviously my man grabbed me, I smacked him, but I got BPD, my granddad just passed away, I've got bare stuff going on in my head.
Ironically, slang is one of the biggest things that sets a roadman apart from the rest of society. So much so that people can easily imitate one just by using the lingo.
I bust it open thinking it was gonna be like brown or something. I don't know what. I'm dumb in it. It's white.
I'm gonna get the yard bun up right now, bro.
I look like someone's auntie right now, bro. But it's calm. You get it?
It's getting to the point now, like, man will do it from like my life, like, keep playing with me.
And then we have the new zombie knife ban, which came into effect late last year.
A ban on zombie-style knives and machetes is coming.
This is about protecting the public and protecting society.
The ban will make it harder for people in the UK to buy and sell knives like these.
Has it actually made an impact? Maybe it's too early to tell. Furthermore, there's a growing part of this culture that doesn't get discussed as much: parodies.
Pink man's a head blood. Bare glass in your dreadlock.
I'm gonna take a gang of roadmen to a library for book club. What you man are lacking here?
You're on them.
I also decided to run a social experiment, walking around the city fully dressed in roadman attire to see how the public and police react to me doing completely legal, everyday activities. Will they bring unnecessary and unwanted attention? Well, stay tuned to find out.
Disclaimer: viewer discretion is advised. This documentary contains references to violence, criminal activity, and distressing real-world events. Some scenes include blurred or censored footage that may still be unsettling for some viewers. We do not encourage or glorify gang violence or criminal activity.
How would a roadman say hello?
Hello. Wagwan.
Wagwan means hello.
Wagwan? Is it?
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
Yeah, bang on, bang on.
Wagwan.
I got white friends who say Wagwan, and they're not being fake by saying Wagwan, because they'll smash your face in.
Are you really from the ends? Do you really push a Benz? Have you really lost friends? Do you really owe skanks?
It's not a black thing.
Yeah? That was my bike. Come in, let me chat to you. Let me just chat to you. Hey bro, let me chat to you. Bro, on the G thing, let me chat to you.
It's not a white thing.
Fama banger, man.
It's a London thing.
But man get battered up and battle with my hand.
And that. It's not a London thing. It's a England thing.
Body parts buried in the belly of my land, boy. Better not bury anybody in your clan.
So, Jamie, who's white, from the same estate as me, yeah? And Darren, who's black, from the same estate from me, yeah? And Vu, who's Vietnamese, from the same estate from me. And Fong, who's from flipping China, on the same estate from me. What? Fong, Vu, and them, and they can't say Wagwan, because they're not black. You're a shut up, I'll just punch you up, you
I bet ever there can never ever be a better fella ever than this shadow ever, man.
Could you list off what's the most common phrases that you know?
They were trying to send us Karali, which means like that guy's weird, like he's Karali.
I've not heard that one, me, you know. No.
That's a common one. What's the other ones?
I don't know. I'm not really on roll like that.
So how would you say hello?
I'll just be like, oh yo, Wagwan. Like, what's up, bro? Good. I mean, yeah. I guess in certain parts, like down here in Manchester, more north, it's a bit weird saying Wagwan, but in London, I guess it's a bit more common, like, yo, Wagwan, what's up? I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, sweet. Yeah.
What I've heard here in Manchester so often is when people say in it. Instead of saying isn't it, people say in it. So for me it's a bit funny.
How are you doing?
What you saying, cuz?
What you saying?
Yes, people, I'm gonna man himself, Lils. What you saying, bro?
She's done those Lils.
Like, you know how people say Aki?
I'm not the Aki one though, either.
Really?
Not
the
Aki.
Really?
Six-figure Aki, no one offense here on me.
All I know is Aki and Saltfish, innit?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, Aki.
Roman was saying, yeah, she's a painting still.
Oh, you sound like a baddie still.
Might have to be glad you came still.
Yeah? It's a classic, innit? Let's face it.
I've got the paintings on the left, I've got the paintings on the right, I've got the paintings in the sky, and I've got them everywhere. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I want a girlfriend, that's what it is.
So assuming you're not too familiar with this type of UK slang, you're now at least aware of a few common phrases like wagwan, what you saying, peng, and ting. Some of these actually have more than one meaning, depending on the context, but knowing these key phrases can open you up to a whole new world of dialogue, if that's something you'd ever want to explore, of course. Take me for example. You hear me now, right? Speaking on this voiceover, which has been carefully scripted and delivered more or less word for word from what I've written. When recording, I'll sometimes deviate slightly from the script depending on what feels natural, but as you can hear, for the most part I'm speaking pretty formally, yeah? This is how I naturally speak, with some slang here and there. It can come out when I'm writing these kinds of scripts too, especially when I want to deliberately sound more conversational. I can be even more formal than I'm speaking right now, but I'm rarely in situations where I feel the need or desire to do so, whereas when it comes to using more slang and colloquial terms, because of my current job role as a youth support worker, at the time of recording, I work with young people aged 13 to 18 practically every day. Pretty much all of them are from working class communities, many from broken homes and or disadvantaged backgrounds. I haven't met many of these kids, at least the English ones, who don't almost exclusively speak in slang. Most of them are super familiar with things like Roadman culture, drill, grime. They know who Giggs is, Skepta, Dave, Central C. They've watched the entire series of Top Boy, from the original seasons in Channel 4 to the newer seasons on Netflix, and plenty have been directly involved in the kind of crime associated with that culture. Drug dealing, knife crime, gang activity, robberies, burglaries, those sorts of things. I knew a few young people who'd been groomed into county lines operations, aka Flying Goatee. I knew one of them who was actually trafficked and forced to work on a cannabis farm. Now I use slang often when I'm working with these youths, and honestly, it feels natural. I'm not actually faking it. I used a lot of slang growing up myself, especially in certain environments, so I'm quite familiar with it. Plus, these kids don't really want to chat to you if you come across as too formal. At the same time, while you're working with them, you can't exactly be their mate. A lot of people call this code switching, and I get why, but linguistically, that's not quite accurate. The proper term is upward or downward convergence. You're trying to conversationally or verbally converge with whoever you're interacting with, meaning you're adjusting your speaking style to better match theirs in order to achieve a desired outcome. In my case at work, that outcome is usually to build rapport, but in other situations it could just be to simply make somebody feel at ease, which in turn can help build that rapport anyway. Sometimes though, people switch up the way they speak because they don't want to feel awkward or left out, or even looked down upon, and this can be the case for both ways, when someone moves from speaking slang to proper English, or from proper English to slang.
Calm, bro. You man, go in it. I'll tell you about my thing tomorrow. Yeah? Hear me?
Say nothing, my boy, in a bit. Roman, come here.
My precious son, how are you, darling?
I'm very well, thank you, mother.
Hello, son. How was your day?
Oh, I had a wonderful day, father.
Splendid.
And while some people may be forcing it,
Wagwan, my family lamb.
For a lot of people it's actually natural.
No, it's not even a thing like that, really. Like
Over time, especially if you're from a major English city like London, Manchester, Birmingham, Leeds, Liverpool, you've probably spoken to and interacted with all sorts of people from various backgrounds and communities. That makes it easier to blend in, accommodate and be accommodated too in terms of how you speak. So now let's actually take a look at a proper list of Roadman slang to standard English translations.
There's more to life that you can rap about than trap, running from Jakes, and duppying guys.
First off, even though we've touched on this earlier, we have to start with wagwan.
So did you know that Roadman slang is heavily influenced by patois?
Really?
How do we say hello?
Wagwan.
British.
You're telling me that, and you're showing me that, but
yeah.
Basically, what I'm saying, like, stupid, because back home, enough of us now say wagwan. Like, that is like ancient things.
So it's not even common anymore?
Not really common back home.
Okay.
Basically say, yo, wagwan chargy.
Yeah.
Think good. Or wagwan my general, or yo my general. But wagwan. Yo, that's long time shit. I don't know why them do that.
Okay.
Maybe them need to go back down there and get something to learn, but them need to stop that though. because they basically put a bad reputations on Jamaicans.
Yeah.
Even though, you know, up here kind of bother because, I mean, down to this area. Since I come here, I noticed like somebody was telling me a dude, white dude, just blew up some kids in the area. Kind of feel a way about that because, I mean, I'm here and I'm not have to be looking out of my eyes because I don't know when anybody do all of these things. So they need to really stop that. Don't go look at job or some shit.
And I'm sure many of you are aware by now that this is essentially used as a sort of greeting, which is basically going up to someone and saying hello. In Liverpool, a lot of people often say what's happening, or more accurately, sapnin. It's a common conversation starter, if you will, and it can be spelt in multiple ways. The most common I've seen personally is actually this way. I've also seen it spelt this way, which is my preferred method to spell it, to be honest, as I feel like it sounds a lot more like it's spelt here. It can also be spelt this way or this way. Variations of this phrase are also commonly used, such as what's guanin or what a guan, and they all have strong roots in the Afro-Jamaican language, patois, as they are effectively the same words used by a lot of Afro-Jamaican people.
Yesterday I get up, I'ma buy one thing, I cook rice, I'ma make chicken breast. Like my grandmother send down some tin chicken breast, like in the tin. I'm like them, I'ma cook it, I'ma eat it. After I eat that, I go buy one man like in my restaurant and he sells zing and this. And I'ma buy one burger, I'ma sit down, I'ma name off the whole of the burger, I'ma name off the whole of the fries, I'ma name everything, I'ma belt, I'ma go sleep, I'ma never hungry back for the rest of the day. But yeah, I eat yesterday.
Before we get into the rest of the list, it's important to go over the fundamentals of the history of Roadman slang. It surfaced in the urban areas of London in the late 1990s to early 2000s, before spreading to other areas of England and the UK. It was primarily influenced by Jamaican patois.
This I beat me bad. I don't know if you can help me with this bumbo clock this morning. All of a sudden, these Chinese becomes Jamaica #1 chef. Brethren, you never see a Chinese restaurant open up like our restaurant yet, where you can't get around there, you can't muster with all the man where you cook the food and all of them things, the door left open. You ever go in a Chinese restaurant and see that home yet?
Which in and of itself is an English-based Creole language that also contains a mixture of other languages, ranging from parts of West Africa, like Ghana and Nigeria, to certain parts of Europe, like Spain. Over time, Roadman slang began to draw influences from other parts of the world, as London and the UK as a whole grew in its multiculturalism. Pidgin English from Nigeria.
Yes.
Nyash now should be international. They should add it in the dictionary.
They originate from Nigeria?
Yeah.
Why is your nyash called the bottom? Stay with me now. When it's located in the middle of your anatomy.
Somali, Arabic have become fairly large contributors to Roadman slang, as we see it today in 2025. And I'm sure it will only continue to expand.
These men don't know ball, bro.
What did you say to him? What did you say to him? Aura, because of aura.
Yeah.
Is it actually because of aura?
Bro, yes, Bear Man say that he's got
Man
this.
said, I don't know about Instagram caption.
Bro, that clip's gonna go off, G, wallahi.
Say wallahi.
So, we're going to go through this long list that I've compiled, which is ridiculously extensive, but it would be fairly boring if I just read these out to you one by one, when you can just go to Google and have a look for yourself if you wanted. You likely won't find this exact list, since I assembled it myself from various sources, but I just thought, why not make it more interesting anyway, and just ask members of the public?
I basically got a few questions in it. I don't know how much you know about Roadman culture in that.
Roadman culture? I grew up on the ends. Come on.
Well, essentially, I'm going to ask you a few... Well, I'm going to present to you a few terms in it related to Roadman culture, and you got to kind of guess the definition. So,
okay,
a beg.
A beg, as in like, okay, so a beg is in like when you're just acting like a beg, or like if you're pissed off, yeah, or beg fam. Like, listen, right now you're trying to get verbal, but I'm just not having it, yeah. Or beg, like, why are you begging it?
All right, okay, yeah, sweet, fair enough. Okay, yeah, that's correct. Next one is Aki.
Yo, Ak. So Ak is Arabic word for brother, and obviously people just use it as like bro, bruv, whatever.
Allow it.
Allow it is just allow it. Like, how do you explain allow it? It's just I've always used allow it. Like, so let's say I don't have enough money and I'm at Boss Man's shop. Boss Man knows me very well. Boss Man don't let me off for like 5p. Man, allow it! 5p!
Oh my days, that's funny. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, but it can also mean literally to allow it.
Yeah.
So allow it or stop it, basically,
Yeah.
or leave it be, like let it go. So just like the analogy that you just gave, then let it go. It's only 5p. Allow it, or allow it for short. Whatever. Ammo.
Well, depends, because from where I'm from, people use ammo different for different things. You get me? Yeah, but ammo. A lot of people use it here as just like brethren, like.
Ammo.
Yeah.
Never heard that one. Okay, so the definition I've got here for ammo is amnesia.
Yeah.
If you know what that is. So yeah,
Oh
amnesia
yeah.
haze. Okay, sweet. B.
Like, babes, darling, yo, B, what's your snap? The name, what's your number? You know, like babes.
Okay, that's one. That's one definition, but yeah.
I need to
Back out
back out.
or back.
Well, depends what you mean. Do you mean as in like buck out a shank?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So draw out. Yeah. Sweet. Sweet. Bag or bagged.
Well, nicked in it. You Fed got you. Yeah,
Okay.
pen, free LK.
Bait.
Bait is in like it's bait like you're obvious.
Okay. Yeah. Sweet. Bando.
It's like a crack house.
Bando. Yeah. Abandoned building. Essentially,
Yeah,
is what it's short
rather
for.
a crack house or just
Yeah. Crack house. Trap house. That sort of thing. Bells.
Okay, depends what you mean by bells, yeah, because bells get used as a satanic thing, and it's
Is it?
like, yeah. So when people say, "Oh, you got bells in your head," like basically it means you're satanic, bro. You're tapped.
Did not know that. I've heard of bells in the head as in getting shot. That's what I was thinking. That's what I've got here. Bullets. But bells. I guess another one would be I'm gonna bell him. What does that mean?
No one uses that. Like,
Serious?
there's many words for like murking someone, yeah, but like, not
No. Bell him as in I'm gonna. Do you know any other definition of bell?
cool. Oh, and then calling.
Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
my bad. I just couldn't bring that to my head. What the I always use bell.
Bill.
Bill. Rather £100 or feds.
Old Bill. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
No one
Is there?
uses old bill. It's just bill.
I've not heard that one for Bill. To be like, for
Bills
the
at the
police.
door.
Bin.
Bin. I don't use that one. I'll be wrong.
You got put in a bin.
Oh. Yeah. Like.
Prison.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he got binned or he got put in a bin, kind of thing, dustbin, or whatever. You might have heard this one, birded off, or he got a bird, or caught a bird.
Huh? Yeah, like jealous, innit? You got a missus.
Now, bird is a similar thing to bin. So again, caught a sentence. So he got a big bird.
Bro, no.
I only heard that from when I heard SR's track. This drill rapper, if you heard of him.
Yeah.
Blam.
Hmm?
Blam.
Like blem.
Similar. That's I know what that is, but yeah, BLAM.
Blam. I don't fucking know.
I'll give you some context. He got blammed on the street.
Shanked.
Shot. Yeah, some of these are a bit mad. Like, you what?
I don't hear a lot of these. I'll be real.
Now, so a lot of these come from drill. To be fair, like so, some of them are pretty wacky.
Bro, I listen to drill on a daily. Like,
Bookie.
yeah, like you're moving spooky. Like, basically just spooky, innit?
But what does it mean though?
Moving spooky or weird. Just like
Weird. Okay.
moving.
Yeah.
Innit?
Yeah. Sweet. Booting.
Bootings. I got a booting. Sorry. Bootings like as in you can use it as nicking, murking someone.
Essentially getting killed, like murked off. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like have you heard of the rapper Boo to Be?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically what he goes off of. That's all he raps about. So yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, cool.
All right, sweet. All right, nice one. Take care then, yeah.
Have a good day.
Bougie.
Bougie's like you're like premium, you're like high end, wealthy, something bougie.
Yeah, man. Yeah, sweet.
It's fun.
So yeah, definition of is fancy, luxurious, sometimes snobby kind of thing. That kind of
Yeah.
bore.
Like bore off. Well, like bore means you stabbed, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a shank. Bore stabbed.
So the actual word for bore is like to make a hole in something in it. So that's where they got it from.
Hey, yo, I'm getting dot down. I just got bored.
If you want to see the extended version of me going through this entire list I have here with people on Omegle or Omi TV and whatever live chat app that you see here, I'll be posting that in a separate video directly after this one, because I realised as I was editing this documentary, going through the list, there are so many terms related to shooting, stabbing, gun crime and knife crime in general. Every single term doesn't need to be broken down in minute detail, specifically for this video. While we're on the subject of knife crime, how much of a positive difference do you really think it made when the government banned zombie knives toward the end of 2024?
Zombie knives still for sale despite ban, BBC finds. Zombie knives and machetes are still available to buy online, some for under £20, more than a month after they were banned in England and Wales. We placed orders via the UK websites of 4 online retailers. It took just a few clicks to confirm the orders, in one case just 2, in a standard online transaction. One retailer cancelled our order, but 3 accepted, and couriers delivered the knives days later without the need for a signature.
I mean, realistically, any sort of knife crime should be banned. Any sort of machete, any sort of big knife crime should be banned.
I don't know, I quite like the idea of owning a sword. But like having that, machetes, all that kind of thing, it's not exactly something you should be carrying it, first of all. You can't carry anything more than like 6 inches, I think, anyways. You shouldn't be able to carry a machete around. I understand why they're banned.
I believe that's correct, but at the same time, obviously, if we're getting this ban in place now, why hasn't it been put in place previously? Why are we allowing people to walk on the streets with machetes? Let's be honest here. Why are we allowing people to walk off with knives in the first place, no matter what inch? No matter what inch. Let's be honest here. Realistically, we should have a full knife crime ban, full stop. It shouldn't be in Manchester, it shouldn't be anywhere, it should be across the entire UK. We should have the same principles that we have here at the moment, realistically, that we have on guns.
It's just getting worse, and to be honest with you, I used to live on Fairlinge Estate. Someone got stabbed outside mine about a year before I ended up moving off there. It's just getting worse because that's the thing, they go out in gangs and they need weapons, whereas when I was growing up, if you had a fight, it was with your fists, not weapons, and the knives are just, the size of them as well, it's just getting worse.
Would you include kitchen knives in that, or...?
Yeah, I would. I 100% would.
So you can't buy a kitchen knife and take it out, so it has to be in the packaging.
No, don't get me wrong, you can buy a kitchen knife, nothing wrong with buying a kitchen knife, but at the same time, if you're bringing it out on a night out, if you're bringing it out on the streets, on a Manchester night out...
How do you plan to police that, though?
But it doesn't matter about policing it.
You can't ban them and not have a place to police it.
The question you should be asking is, why are they bringing it out in the first place? That should be the question you should be asking. Okay, self-defense. Self-defense, correct. However, why is there self-defense? Why do the people...
Because everyone else is carrying knives.
Why do people feel like they need self-defense on the streets of Manchester?
Because policing has been vastly underfunded by the Tories for the past 15 years. I don't know what you want from me.
No.
Yeah,
we're having that debate. We're having that debate. But
if
we're saying it's policing side of things, obviously if the Labour government come in place, we put more money behind policing. Are we hoping that obviously knife crime is going to decrease, or are we assuming that people are not going to listen to that? They're going to carry on the same pathway.
The issue with that is that there's obviously the stop and search laws are a very difficult. I don't know. My issue is like, sure you can ban them, but how do you police that?
I agree. I agree. That's our difficult discussion now.
You were mentioning before about how you get mistaken for a roadman a lot.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Simply because of the way I dress. I've always worn hoodies since I was younger. It's just what I feel comfortable with. But yeah, I get seen and referred to as Roadman. I just see it as comfort. I don't go out causing problems or out. I just chill at home, come out in my comfort clothes, and that's it. I'm not one for suits.
How do we put this implement into place into the entire of the UK? In the same way that we have done with guns in the same time, that we have stopped all gun sort. Well, I say we stopped gun crime, but we've minimised it.
It's certainly not as bad as in
because
America.
the ban is specifically on things like zombie knives, so things that are just designed by the retailers to kill. Like the retailers are the people that create them. They know that nobody's buying these for anything other than just to kill.
That for me.
So going back to like the swords thing, it's a decorative thing. It doesn't need to be sharp. It can be blunt. You shouldn't be selling stuff that's specifically designed to kill folk. Like there's no need for it, is there?
You should never have been able to sell them legally anyway. It's like them ornamental swords. Since when have they been ornamental? But yeah, it's just getting worse in the UK.
Yeah. Do you think that will help with the knife crime problem, or?
You see, it'll just mean people are hiding them more. Whereas before they had them on show so you could see who had what. Now they're hiding them, you don't know who's got what. They should just have a register for those like decorative and ornamental swords and that. So people have to register that they've got them. So if ever they're used in a attack or out, they can be traced.
We come from North Wales, so we
don't have much experience.
We don't have much experience on knife crime, gun crime, anything like that.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, there is still crime in where we're from, but it's not on the knife basis, and
not as bad as it is in London, for example.
London,
or Manchester,
even Manchester, though. Even Manchester, in big cities, there is a lot of knife crime going on at the moment, which is. It's weird that obviously from that point of view that people would sell them.
Yeah, it is bad, isn't
that
it?
it's legal to obviously sell that sort of weapon, because it is a weapon at the end of the day. It is a weapon. People can harm people with it. It's.
I mean, I suppose with guns they have like licensing laws, but you can't really. There's no point having a license for a weapon that's designed specifically to kill other people. Like, I understand with guns you have a license so you can go out and shoot birds or whatever, hunting, whatever, but like, there's no need to have
a knife. Yeah,
there's
exactly.
no need to have. I mean, we're saying, possibly from a place of privilege here, saying there's no point in having
look around us. We're not on the African plains. We're not seeing lions or gazelles running towards us, so we're going to need a machete to beat them down with.
As someone who has been through assault previously, I don't feel the need to carry a knife around.
There you go. Then.
And that is, but maybe.
Because a lot of people's excuses for people from like, the inner cities, and for example, like, a lot of them would say, I don't fully agree with this myself, but a lot of them would say that just because of the area I was born, and it has happened to be fair, like they'll go into a certain area and somebody will just attack them on sight just because they're from a different area with a knife.
Yeah, like
so
the postcode thing and all that. Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy, but
no, it's crazy. That's more of an endemic issue of like gang violence in the UK as opposed to just knight violence.
But even if the person is not involved, they just were there. And then there's no
from another area.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Oh my god, I've been there before. But yeah, I mean that's. Look at it. Like I don't know what to say to that. It's just probably just like you're wrong place, wrong time. Banning the weapons in the first place might help with that issue. But I think that's more of an endemic issue with the UK. I think most of it needs to go back to like education. Needs to be educated in schools about that kind of thing. But that's more of an issue as outside of weapons, I think, is people getting attacks from where they're from, as opposed to a weapons ban. I don't know if a weapons ban would have that much of an impact on that. Preventing people from being able to buy weapons like zombie knives, great, but they will find a way to chef people.
Yeah.
Like, end of the day, they will. Like, if they want to take out a pen knife or a kitchen knife or whatever, sure, it's illegal to carry around, but you can stop every.
At the same time, I love the point you're making, but at the same time, if they banned obviously the purchase of zombie knives, you've eradicated that sort of that sort of pathway, as to say.
I think it was actually illegal for them to be sold anyway, but there was some sort of loophole where if they didn't have any markings, you could still sell them and things like that. And now they're just straight banned. So I don't know how they would get around that. Maybe they could still be sold illegally. Maybe retailers would just like.
We say that, but like we're looking at things about it sold illegally. You're not supposed to sell vapes that are over a certain amount of like percentage or whatever it is, or a certain amount of puffs. So like
you still get corner shops getting away with that.
Exactly. So again, it goes back to a policing issue.
Yeah, no, I hear that.
Like that's the main concern there. How are you going to police it? But I think it's good. End of the day, getting rid of them knives is a good idea.
I couldn't agree more.
Ultimately, knife crime is likely always going to be a problem here in the UK, and that's down to multiple factors. First, the laws around it are, in my opinion, relatively soft compared to many other countries, so people don't fear the consequences as much when it comes to possession or criminal use.
Although guns are easy to source, knives are still the bigger problem. We hear more deaths happening from knives and gunshots for sure. Maybe because the laws around knives aren't that regulated, because they say if you carry a knife, you go to prison for 4 years, but then I hear people getting 3, 4, 5 warnings. So people aren't really taking the law seriously.
It's still incredibly easy to get hold of a knife. You've just seen how some online retailers, and maybe there are many more, still sell these quote-unquote banned items as if they're completely legal. And even if machetes, zombie knives and Rambos weren't still so easy to access, kitchen knives are perfectly legal to buy at 18 years of age, and they're highly effective in the kind of drillings roadmen often rap about. And just like there's a black market for guns, there will be a black market for zombie knives too, especially if the ban is ever properly enforced and monitored.
For any under 18-year-old to get a knife, it's as easy as going onto Amazon and clicking something for next day delivery and it gets delivered. It's not regulated. I know even on Snapchat, there are accounts on Snapchat every day where they say, hey, we have 5 machetes, we have 5 army knives with knuckle dusters attached to it. Who wants it?
Done it with a kitchen, done it with an axe, done it with a flick ting, done it with a rams, done it with a ZK, done it with a whack. When I was in jail, I done it with my hands.
I believe social media plays a massive role in the rise of gang violence because of the exposure that they get.
I don't really talk, I just squeeze.
I've interviewed a young person in prison and he said the reason why he killed the people he's killed is because of songs that he'd listened to. He said he wanted to recreate that in real life.
Do your research, told me if Booter's on it. I don't drink, but you know that I'm a shootaholic.
Drill music is more popular than ever, especially with the rise of artists like Central C, who I might take a closer look at in a future video.
If it went a UK, would have had an AK-47 with 100 rounds.
Unfortunately, one of the most common storylines in drill is knife crime, and despite what many might say to defend it, the genre absolutely 100% glorifies gang violence. I don't care what some of these rappers may say publicly, in interviews and podcasts or whatever.
Everyone thinks I'm just a violent animal.
They know full well that dissing their ops over a drill beat and rapping about how they bored up this guy, shanked that guy, and splashed the next man down the road is just a way for them to brag about violence.
Dig it deep, I'm in love with violence.
And bragging is always fueled by pride, and that is never a good thing.
All the ops do is run and hide. The last time bro used his knife, he had man screaming out Uncle Drive.
Uncle Drive! Uncle Drive! Uncle Drive!
Talking about gaining points on some imaginary scoreboard is a foolish game. In the end, there are no real winners. The only people who actually benefit are the music industry professionals who don't live that life at all, but profit off the ones who do.
Fumes never been in prison, yeah? Fumes has never got down no one, yeah? Fumes has never stabbed or shot anyone, yeah? He's never done anything what you youths are going on his platform. Not you, because obviously you're older now.
We chased him down to his front. He couldn't find his keys. Done that booting spur the moment. Nice on ITV. We ain't hitting some.
But I'm saying he's not on what none of you lot are. None of you lot that are going in there saying everything you're saying and you're seeing him there in the background.
But he's capitalising off of it, is what you're saying.
He is not on that.
I'll load up the cartridge, up it, dump it, take out the garbage. I heard that he just had a kid, I'ma find him, turn that kid to a...
But you lot are all in there, yeah, big up Fumes, big up. Cause obviously it's a big platform and I hear that, yeah? So you have to, but understand that a man is actually making money off you, man, that's actually getting things down, bro, allegedly. It's not just Fumes, innit? Like, Fumes is just someone, innit? I'm saying a lot of people do monetize off us. We're the guys out there risking our freedom.
If I get the green light, turn that red one bell in the head, I'm ready to slap.
We need him to do something against the law and go prison. And then we'll be cool with him getting all the money. We'll be cool with him getting all the money off the drillers. We need him to go to prison for something against the law.
Everyone makes their choices.
Not our or not.
He's doing something positive with himself. So.
Not really. What he's doing is not positive, but he's getting paid.
Why is it not positive?
Because he's getting ops in the same booth talking about each other that are trying to kill each other. That's not positive, bro.
2 times that I've shot man's melon.
You can always be a kappa rapper and try and fake it, but obviously that's a double-edged sword. Either you live that life and talk about it in your songs, trying to dodge the feds, risk prison, and avoid getting taken out by your ops.
Where you from? Where you from, fam? What? Bro, so you that you that young feds or any of them?
Have you got these youths? Speak up, open your mouth, man.
Where you from, fam?
And maybe, just maybe, you blow up and escape the road life for real with fame and riches.
15, they caught me on Boxing Day. Man could have ran off and got away. Took that vial, and that's when I copped a gauge.
Or you lie about living that life and do your best to not get exposed by journalists.
He had mid-level trapper status, like the stuff that he's talking about
about buying guns for the block and running around with knives and having people shot for £100,000.
If I pay man £100,000, I can get man bum right in front of a crowd.
That ain't happening.
Real life gang members or anybody who doesn't appreciate you using that culture as a stepping stone to success.
I'm saying all of this capping, like no point capping, bro. Otherwise it's not real, isn't it?
Would you work with a rapper, yeah, if you knew that he was capping?
Capping?
Turn left.
Turn right.
Yeah, I wouldn't work with him still.
No man, so let's just say the rapper, you're from East, and let's say a rapper from flipping, I don't know, a different part of London to you. And you done a background check on man, yeah. You know he's not really official like that, but he's hard and he's doing numbers.
And he's capping.
Yo, H, let's circle the block and feel it was we've done it before, let's do it again.
Kind of.
If he's actively saying he done this and he done that and he hasn't done this and he hasn't done that, he can't come anywhere near me in a sense of musically. As a man to man, like he's a normal man and I don't care. But I'm saying musically, as a man, nah. Like,
why is that so important to you? Because
it's important because, yeah. Why are you lying?
Bow, bow, yo, let's skate.
What about like if someone like from your side was like representing and they was making songs and you listen to the song thinking, I don't remember that happening.
Something from my side? Yeah, I was diligent, bro. Get him out of the fucking booth.
Oh, have you had to do that before?
I've done it once or twice though.
Nah, don't say once or twice. You've never done it more than once or twice, bro.
These are notorious, bro. Don't let us get a whiff of your studio session.
Swear down. So you're pulling up to man's few studio sessions and you're listening thinking, bro.
Out the fucking booth.
Swear down.
Then, once you've made it, you rap about how you escaped the horrors of the road. But of course, it's all nonsense. The whole time you're risking your reputation as a real driller, and you might lose the respect from both your peers and your fans. But I suppose once you've made it, you might think, who cares? I'm set for life. There are rappers out there who follow both formulas, and of course the results vary.
But the reality is, right, Central C isn't really the biggest gangster in West London. I'm sorry to break it to you kids, all right? It's Central C, he's not Pablo Escobar, all right? He's not King Von, he's none of those things. He's 6'9" at a push. But Digger D, West London's most dangerous teenager, as I've dubbed him in this project, Digger D is actually the real thing. Okay, he's a real gangster, a real shooter. He's literally shot people in the face. I'm not condoning that. I'm not saying that that's a good thing. But what I am saying is that he has been through the genuine street situations and trauma that qualify him to make quote-unquote gangster rap, UK drill, whatever you want to call it. All right, it's legit. He's really lived it. He's really done it.
Hey, who's that digger?
Central C, less so. Sold a bit of drugs. I mean, you know, polluting your community with drugs, not necessarily the most virtuous thing to do, but I gotta respect it. Sometimes you gotta feed your family. Sometimes you gotta go at it in these streets and get bread by any means necessary. You gotta take risks and prosper.
Day in the life, let's see if you really trap.
All right, but Central C was not gangbanging, okay? But the interesting thing about this is arguably you could say that Central C is one of those people who didn't necessarily live the life to that extent, certainly not the extent that he raps about it, but has certainly monetized it more than all of the people, you know, people like Digger D, who have actually lived that lifestyle and are dealing with the trauma and the baggage of actually coming from those situations.
Hold on, where's Digger D in that? Where's Digger D in that? I think a D unique. Grab his shoes. I saw the black.
Being in those circumstances, being placed in kill or be killed situations, which I'm sure are very traumatic, where you're actually being forced to make a decision with the hand that you're dealt that maybe you don't want to make. Central C is not really somebody that is in that position, and I argue in the video that that's actually possibly what's allowed him to get so far in his career. You know, that's why Central C is, you know, laughing it up with a $25 million record deal, traveling around the world, having #1 albums, and Digger D is languishing in jail, not because he's an idiot, but because he's so been sucked into the streets genuinely, authentically, from such a young age that it's so hard to break out of that cycle, especially when you're dealing with mountains of trauma, you know, groups of people that drag you in and peer pressure you into a lifestyle that maybe you don't want to live anymore.
Now, there may be other factors to this UK issue of knife crime that I've yet to discuss or am unaware of, but I wanted to spend more time on that third point because I genuinely believe music is one of the most powerful tools, if not the most powerful tool, used in the media and entertainment industry when it comes to influencing the masses. Music travels where screens can't. It plays in car radios, supermarkets, shops, offices, hospitals, restaurants, bars, coffee shops, shopping centres, even elevators and lifts, for crying out loud. Yeah, you might see screens and posters in some of these places too, but they can't compete with how easily music enters the hearts and minds of people passively listening. For instance, I could be walking through Manchester Arndale and be surrounded by ads and images, but the whole time I'll be hearing music. All of this to say, if someone denies the influence drill music has on young people, and even grown adults, they're either lying to themselves unwittingly or they're lying to everyone else on purpose. If it's the latter, it's probably because they have something to gain from doing what they can to keep that genre popping off.
I think media do definitely contribute to this idea and concept around perpetuating a lot of the violence because they air it on their programs. So what I'm saying is we have a lot of individuals that are in these industries that benefit off young people talking about their chaos.
Flick knives, we call them nanks. Zombie killers, we call them ZK's Rambo knife by the name of Rams.
And when those young people go onto their platforms and go back to their communities and have to deal with those problems, those radio organisations don't have to deal with the consequences of what those individuals go through.
And here's the thing. I'm not necessarily against making money from the UK drill scene or Roadman culture as a whole. You could argue that documentary filmmakers profit from the scene too, since documentaries are a form of media published to the masses, often earning money in the process. But personally, I think there's a big difference between producing educational, informative documentaries with public interest at the centre and producing UK drill music videos. I've been offered a couple of times to shoot and edit music videos for rappers, but because I don't align myself morally with that kind of music, I would never do it, no matter how big the bag. The biggest, richest, most influential rapper in the scene could never get a yes from me for a music video, or even a photo shoot, but an interview? That's far more likely, especially where I get to ask raw, unfiltered questions from my channel. You see the difference? I'd happily be a part of a film crew, producing a short or feature film raising awareness about the dangers of knife crime in the UK, but I wouldn't jump on the set of a new season of Top Boy. That's not to say that Top Boy doesn't raise awareness about gang violence, but it clearly has a strong element of glorification. Like many gangster films and TV shows, even when the characters usually end up dead or in prison, the lifestyle is often portrayed as alluring, obviously for entertainment purposes. When it comes to other behind-the-scenes roles profiting from UK drill and Roadman culture, there are plenty strictly within the music industry. Take Fumes the Engineer. He's a shrewd businessman, and while I respect his skills as an audio engineer and in business, if he was truly honest, he'd admit he makes money from promoting the negativity that runs rampant in the drill scene. He may love the craft, he may love drill personally, but his platform is essentially a launchpad for both the real and fake drillers to rap about shooting and stabbing their ops.
I ain't gonna stop till everyone's dead.
Then you've got radio hosts, music producers, distributors, songwriters, publishers, managers, and label executives. Do you think the execs at Sony care about the realities of road life that Central C raps about? They don't care that gangs in his area are beefing with other gangs, or about knife crime, gun crime, county lines, and the loss of life associated with all of those things that plague London and the rest of the UK. They care about making money and maintaining power in the industry. What they're not so keen on, it seems, is people shining a light on those realities and telling the public, this is bad. Don't aspire to be a roadman. Don't idolise these drillers who are taking lives and throwing their own lives away in prison.
I'm in the back of this car, no taxi. Sadly, I beg a man, please try and mad me.
Do something positive. That kind of message can affect them financially and weaken their influence. Look at Traplow Ross. I'd describe him as a drill music journalist and documentary filmmaker on YouTube and social media. Does he make money covering this stuff? Absolutely. But should a reporter never be paid? Of course not. Sure, some journalists sensationalise stories or chase clicks, but if the primary goal is to inform and educate the public about what's happening in our society, I see nothing wrong with that. I'd say it's important for people to understand that Central C, like many American rappers in the gangster rap and drill scene over there, are not actually living that life. He's selling an image for profit. Nothing new. Rappers have been doing it since the industry began, but awareness matters, because the less people idolise and replicate those lifestyles, the better. Anyway, let's take a look at what happened earlier this year between the Sony executive and YouTuber/content creator Traplow Ross after he released his video on Central C.
I received a pretty spicy comment from a lady, actually, a lady, funnily enough, by the name of Shawnee Caballero. Now, this person, interestingly, is the senior A&R manager at Sony Music UK Publishing. This is an executive. This is like a high-flying businesswoman, apparently, who is, is a professional senior A&R. I believe she claims on her Instagram, which I'm now duly blocked from, even though I didn't share any kind of direct messages with her. She's a senior A&R. She founded her own agency, and she's even written a book called A Quick Guide to Music Royalties. And I believe this individual actually claims credit for signing Central C. So there's a couple articles that have been written about her. This is somebody that's involved in the kind of profiting and the monetizing of all the little things that Central C likes to say, that he likes to do, the image that he likes to push, which is quite interesting, okay? So she left me a comment underneath my hilarious 6ix9ine post. And it said, "You and all you other nerdy white boys with a weird fetish of black people and gang culture make me sick." Now, I thought this was really interesting because initially I thought, nerdy white boy with a weird fetish of black people and gang culture. I said, are you talking about Centr? Because I was like, maybe she's talking about Central C, like a nerdy white boy with a weird fetish of black people and gang culture. I thought, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt, she could well be talking about Central C as somebody that's put gang culture at the very center of his music and was having basically zero success until he begun to make gang culture the central, excuse the pun, part of his music and his artistic direction. Apparently I was incorrect. Apparently I was misinformed. She said, no, I'm talking about you nerdy freak. So I thought, you know what, I'm not going to have that. I disagree with that, and I'm going to clap back. I hit back and I said, none of that energy for the guy getting rich off convincing kids that gangbanging and carrying knives and guns is cool in his music, but all the smoke for a journalist talking about it makes sense. Sench isn't the problem. Digger D's not the problem. Well, apparently I'm not even a journalist. I'm the problem. You're an A&R at a record label, right? A&R. I mean, if you want to say I'm not a journalist, what's an A&R, right? You're a professional coattail rider. You find people that are actually talented and have actually, well, whether or not they've even been through the real street gang lifestyle that, you know, the music industry is so desperate to hear from these days. Your story, your role in the industry is a blood-sucking leech to basically find people that have actually potentially been through that scenario, or not, people that just lie about it and just want to make it up and build a persona around living a lifestyle that real actual people are suffering trauma from having lived, and to make money out of it and to do commerce and to do business off the back of it.
And while the business behind drill music and roadman culture continues to thrive, it also gives room for other forms of media to grow too. Parodies.
Think man said head blood? Yeah, what? You think man said head blood, yeah?
Satire.
Cool. So the first question is, what year did the Titanic sink? 1912. Swear down. Alright, you know this one, yeah?
And spoofs.
Where ends you from, bro? Ends? What's that? What's ends? What area are you from, bro? North, south, east, west. Where are you from, bro? I'm from west. South. I'm from south. South. It's just no, not south. East, bro. I'm from east. East.
All of which use comedic imitation and exaggeration to poke fun at or comment on the original thing. Parody in particular has carved out its own corner of roadman culture. These kinds of videos often take the familiar tropes, the slang, the mannerisms, the attire, and crank them up to ridiculous levels.
Am I a head blood?
Of course, G. You're a funny guy too.
Oh, swear. These man think it's funny, yeah? You man think it's funny, yeah? Walk on and that. Walk on. You man think it's funny in that, yeah? You man think it's funny in that, yeah?
What you often get is something that feels instantly recognizable, but twisted just enough to make you laugh.
Yeah, these man don't want smoke, you get me, yeah?
Whether it's skits of wannabe gangsters,
I'm in Ipswich and I'm here with ZT.
Mock drill rappers,
This killer man too innocent.
with over-the-top lyrics about knife and gun crime. I remember that day I shot when his head and left for dead. Or even things like what J200 does with the roadman dress sense.
Aim of the video, we're gonna turn this posh nerd into a roadman. How do you feel about that?
I'm looking forward to the experience. It's gonna be a heck of a ride.
I want to hear you say it's gonna be lit, bro.
It's going to be lit, bro.
Parody thrives because the audience already knows what a roadman is, and so they're in on the joke.
Bro, and I couldn't even clock him. I said, bro, don't let me G-check you.
Come on, bro, you didn't G-check no one. You're a good youth.
What, me? A good you?
Yeah, bro, a good youth. Civilian.
I man them, tell him I got a 9.
Yeah, a 9 to 5.
Essentially, it's comedy through imitation, exposing how exaggerated the culture can look when you strip it down to its cliches.
So we're at the home of the UK British Roadman Society. What does JD stand for?
I have no idea.
Of course he doesn't. We're gonna change this guy's drip. That's what you gotta call it from now on, drip.
Drip.
Not attire, drip.
I got it.
No, hey, Lawrence, are you familiar with these?
Tech fleeces.
Tech fleeces, he knows what I'm going,
When Netflix revived Top Boy with Toronto-based rapper Drake on board as executive producer, it gave roadman culture a huge push internationally.
There's so many parallels between Toronto and London. Obviously, we don't have the same accent, but we speak the same a lot. So it reminded me of people that I grew up with or guys that I know.
Wagwan, what's up?
I say fam out there recently. What's your favorite Toronto slang word?
I don't talk like that. I'm a good youth. I don't talk like that.
Why?
Toronto accent it's a bum-ass accent. I can't lie.
Somebody go smoke that youth.
Yeah, I did my research and I found out that, you know, it had been ultimately canceled. And I brought it up to my my brother and my manager, my partner. And I said, yo, we should try and bring this back. I mean, I think the entire UK would appreciate it. And like at first it was kind of like just for me, I was like, yo, I need this back. But then I realized how much it meant to so many people. And of course, like I said, you know, you mentioned something to him and he's gonna go full throttle 100%. So next thing I knew, we were sitting in a room with Netflix and here we are.
At the world premiere.
The series didn't just attract new fans, it sparked a wave of parodies, especially from North American content creators.
I've been gone for months.
I've been OT. Peas been coming in, fam.
Peas, bro. What the f*** you talking? Peas? Like the vegetables?
Pounds.
Bro, what are you listening to? This is definitely not cheap keys,
Don't
bro.
worry about all that, fam. Back up.
Fam, you still watching Top Boy, aren't you? Top Boy is crazy, bro.
There's only one top boy in these streets, you get me? I'm on job, you know?
Job?
I'm on job.
What job are you doing?
Asking too many questions, fam. You're moving dookie, bro. Trying to get these peas, bro.
Peas? Like peas,
bro.
like from the, like peas in
Trying to get
pot?
these peas, bro. The money, the racks, the G's, fam. Yo, come here, bro. Come here, bro.
People across the Atlantic began mimicking the slang, the fashion, and the scenarios they saw on screen.
Who's been teaching him?
Why gone, huh? Why gone, bro? Where's the food?
Often exaggerating them for laughs.
Oh, you know what food I'm talking about, bro. Give me the food. What's wrong with you? What do you want me to tell boss man, huh? If I don't have the food, why gone?
See, don't be on the road too tough, but I still cut you with the local tugs.
And while Toronto has long had its own slang shaped by Afro-Caribbean culture,
Bro, like, it's just such a good word. I like. Tutu my word, fam.
due to the immigration of mainly Afro-Jamaicans over there in the early 1950s,
The biggest influence on Toronto slang is definitely Jamaican patois.
and their slang shares many similarities with the UK slang,
Words like mans, ting, ally, wallahi, commonly used by young people.
it was shows like Top Boy and rappers like Giggs and especially Central C that really put Roadman culture on the map.
I'm ready to go to the gaff.
What the f*** are you talking about, Gav?
That's what we also call the band, though. The house for you Americans.
In saying all that, I don't see the worldwide attention Roadman culture has attracted necessarily as a good thing or a bad thing. I'm indifferent. For rappers like Central C, Drake, or the producers of Top Boy, international recognition is clearly what they want because it brings in more money, influence, and reach. But for me personally, I don't really care whether people around the world know what a Roadman is. A huge part of the culture is damaging to my home country, and that's where my focus is, because obviously I live here with my wife, who was actually born in London. I'm from Manchester, so we're both familiar with big city living, and the safer the UK is, the better. It's not that I'm this great model citizen who cares so much about society and doesn't want to make any money whatsoever, because that's simply not true. If Americans end up watching my documentaries and my videos, that's great.
You know what a roadman is? I'm pretty sure I do, yeah. So roadman, like a UK thug, right? No? Right? I'm right?
But my target audience for these episodes is the UK, because these issues directly affect citizens here. I remember the first time I was threatened with a knife. I was about 13 on Market Street in Manchester, Piccadilly, and it was by another kid my age. I'm 33 now at the time of recording, just for reference, so it was around 20 years ago. In total, I've only been threatened with a knife about 3 times that I can recall. That first time, the kid never even pulled the blade. It looked more like a pump fake, to be honest. But the fear was very real. The second time, I was caught up in things I shouldn't have been, and I'll leave it at that. And the third was years later, while I was working as a support worker for young people in care, which is still what I'm doing part-time at the time of recording. A kid I was looking after lost his temper and started posturing, threatening me with boiling water from the kettle, waving a glass bottle about, and eventually he picked up a kitchen knife from the drawer and pointed it right at me. But around a second later, he quickly backed down. That time I didn't feel much fear because I could see he wasn't intent on actually following through with anything. But the second time, and even the first time, the threat felt very real. And how does all of this tie into Roadman culture, you might ask? Well, where did that first kid learn that putting his hands down his pants and walking toward me threatening to stab me up would scare me? Where did the slang come from? Like when one of the 2 mates that he was with said, "Give each man a $5 and we'll let you go." We were all 13, mate. There wasn't a single man among us, but it shows how early that mentality seeps in. The second incident as an adult was similar, only that time the knife was real and very visible. My attacker was clearly influenced by road culture, let's just put it that way. And that kid from the care home, he spoke the slang, acted the part, was actually on tag for joyriding and other petty crimes, and in the end he got kicked out after attacking my pregnant colleague. I later saw him make an appearance in news articles, seemingly deeper into that life than before, so unfortunately for him it didn't seem like he'd learned his lesson yet, and he may never. But everyone makes their own choices. The point is, these are UK problems. America can't solve them. Canada can't solve them. Jamaica, Nigeria, Albania, Saudi Arabia, none of them can. We have to deal with the root causes here, in the country where this version of the culture took shape. I'm not naive enough to think that things will ever clear up completely. Mankind has basically always had a problem with wickedness, greed, lust, corruption, violence, hatred, and so on and so forth. But that doesn't mean we should never try and do better. Crime prevention and accountability still matter. Every action has a reaction, and ignoring the issue just guarantees more damage down the line.
Hold it, bro.
If you're going to base your video on a culture like this, it's only fair to gather a variety of perspectives. While travelling around Manchester in search of potential interviewees, I came across these guys. What's like the first thing that you guys think of when I say the word like roadman to you?
Antisocial behaviour, defiance, prejudged. That's it, I think.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie in it because I like saw you in it, and particularly like you when I saw you now in the car, I thought because you guys fit the attire in it. Like, do you know what like a roadman typically dresses like?
He dresses up in tracksuits.
Yeah.
You know what? I just think it's a judge. As he said, it's like a pre-judge. You know what I'm saying? If you see a nigga like me, if you see a boy like me, dressed up how I'm dressed up, get me, a judge. You know what I'm saying? But if I wore something different.
If I wore like a smart shirt, a suit pants, nice shoes, I won't be classed as a roadman. I'll be classed as a civilian, as they call it.
Because
still we get judged either ways.
Yeah. Because from my own personal research in it, I found that like a roadman isn't always a gangster.
No, it's not always a gangster.
Even though a lot of people associate it with a gangster, even though a lot of them are, to be fair.
Yeah.
But not all the time. But then, yeah.
It's like terrorism. Like everyone's a terrorist.
So yeah.
What's a roadman?
Yeah.
Roadman.
Yeah. What's the first thing you think of when I say the word roadman to you? Like,
I think about the streets and settings.
Yeah.
I think about house parties, the guy in the corner, not talking too much, probably selling something illicit. Yeah, man. Yeah. At the same time, it's also a cultural thing. People can adopt it. Anytime. Like pick up a tracksuit from JD. Dress like a roadman.
Mostly roadmen are provide like less like the working class. You know what I mean? Like the bottom class where the parents have to struggle with 2 jobs to look after the kid, and the kid rebels. He comes out, he starts selling drugs to pay for the bills, stuff like that. Yeah, he gets classed as a roadman, but he's helping out his family with the bills.
Yeah.
They don't see that side of the roadman.
It's like you probably had to like see a roadman in it to like get this, what you're about to like roll up there in it.
Yeah.
It's all like, it's what you grow up around. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, fair enough. So do you guys actually know any personally?
That's what I'm saying.
I think we're the ones that are roadman.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely class as a roadman. Same as me, look, I'm wearing a tracksuit.
Yeah.
I can't be road. Look at my boots, bro.
You guys are like familiar with like the dialect, that's dialect in it,
Yeah,
the slang
like
and all that stuff.
what you good, what you saying, like warm.
You gotta talk with the bass of your voice as well, you know what I'm saying? If you're out in the streets here, you can't be talking about soft, you get me?
Oh yeah, roadman class have nothing, not going nowhere in life.
Yeah.
That's what they think that he's not gonna get anywhere in life.
You think roadmen have more ambition?
You know, ambition. That's the word I was looking for.
That's the
Ambition.
main thing.
Yeah.
That's
But they're always ambition. I think drug dealers know how to sell better than businesses.
You know what I mean? Like,
because you're gonna do customer service. You're talking to the customer. You're gonna have to give them the product. You're gonna have to be on time, early, and that. So
it's not like there's violence or that.
Yeah, no violence. No one's getting fired. No one's doing this.
You just set people, just push it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's the difference between being a roadman and a gang member.
Yeah, that's a different one. Gang members are one with the guns and knives and beef and all that stuff. The line between a gangster and a roadman is blurry.
Yeah, it's blurry, innit?
The word roadman is like, it's what a gang member should be, but it's not that. You know what I mean? Like, big man thing though, like, a roadman is just, what's it? It's a chopper that's trying to make bread.
Yeah.
GM, gang member.
He's on beef.
I won't class myself as a gang member.
Yeah, same, I'm not a gang member.
No.
You won't class me as a roadman.
Yeah, roadman, that's a...
So it's effectively just somebody who like, it's kind of like a cultural thing in it, more so than anything else. Somebody who like chills up, particularly out on the road, maybe dresses a certain way, speaks a certain way, but not necessarily involved in like crime.
Yeah. So you probably came up to me thinking, that's a roadman.
Yeah, not gonna lie.
Even you prejudge those.
You know what I'm saying?
But I used to be in that like kind of environment as well because I used to and everything.
The way I talk to you, would you class me as a roadman? I mean, it's up to you. Would you class me as like a?
I mean, just based off of your dress sense, but then I don't like judging people just based on that, so I don't really know. But yeah, I mean,
is this a roadman dog?
Yeah, you see some, you see some with like dogs like that. I've seen some with bigger.
Everything in the streets is just road if you're black, if you're wearing a track. You know what I'm saying though?
Yeah, but there's like lots of like, just, it can be any ethnicity as well in it, because you got like white roadmen.
Could you hear our voices from the camera?
Yeah, yeah. What kind of music do you guys listen to?
I listen to drill, R&B, hip hop. Mostly I listen to all type of music. I don't mind a bit of rock, Linkin Park. I don't mind a bit of like different type of music. I'm not only on one type of gender.
Yeah.
I like all genres.
Anything more time.
Yeah.
He said genre. Any genre.
What, any genre? Yeah. That's the thing when it comes to like drill music and that. Would you say it's like, because for me personally, I think it's just way too violent, isn't it? From like.
I was there when it's like original drill, but when it's underground drill.
Yeah.
I used to listen to music. I used to listen to drill. So, in drill back in the days, you have to be on it. Like you have to say what you have to mean what you say to rap on beats. So them days,
rap that told the truth.
Yeah, rap that told the truth. Back in the day when it's original, like drill, they used to talk about what they did on that.
Yeah.
So this is the proper drill. But the new drill, most people are lying about stabbing people, stuff like I got like 100 bags.
Same in America, isn't it?
Yeah, they lie about it, but obviously nowadays the fact that they lie is not as dangerous as they make it look out to be.
Yeah.
But I understand people are dying and stuff. If I had it my way, I'll grab a member of each gang, have a meeting, say allow the beef. Say allow the beef, have a meeting between each gangs. Say even if they kill your friend, offer them money. It's called in Islam it's called blood money. In Africa it's called blood money. So you offer them blood money and stuff like that. See if they stop the beef.
Okay, yeah, man.
But it's not gonna happen, I know that.
But that's the thing when it comes to like the kind of music, I know like the people are rapping about, like at least back in the day, like about what they were going through.
The police and the underground.
Yeah. But do you not think that stuff? But do you not think that stuff like is impressionable about like among the youth? Because then you got kids like listening to that in it, and they're gonna be growing up thinking, yeah, I want to be that in it. What's your thoughts?
It depends. I used to look at me. I used to listen to drill music. Look how I turned out to be. I don't want to be a gangster.
No.
I don't want to be stabbing people. I don't want to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Selling drugs. I don't even sell drugs.
Can I buy that?
Yo, you stop chatting shit. You stop chatting shit. Is this messing about?
What's in here, like? Nothing, bro.
Smoking the whip, that's a ride full of cancer.
Kid never thought I'd see 22 anyway.
Yeah, locked any day.
That's why the block there's no guns in there anyway.
Okay, so let's test this out for myself. Am I going to get actively judged for walking around looking like this? Let's go ahead and see. Guys, mind if I ask you like a question for my documentary, upcoming documentary? It's basically, how do you guys feel about people walking around in balaclavas? Because I'm doing a bit of a social experiment today, walking around, and to be honest, I've not actually felt. I feel strange because I'm not used to it. Like walking around, some really balaclava in that corner, but I noticed it's. Yeah. No, but like, does it raise suspicion when you guys see someone in one personally? Like,
on a professional level or a personal level?
Either or.
Well, to be quite truthful, if you're asking on a professional level, I don't feel anything whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's their right, it's what they want. If you're pumping that clothing, that's down to you. It doesn't make me feel any kind of way intimidated or threatened in any way whatsoever.
Yeah.
But as far as it's concerned on a personal level, you know, it's not always a great look, is it?
No. Yeah, I do agree. Yeah.
If you've got family members, so like for example, like your mother or your sisters or your elders unfortunately, they feel intimidated if someone's walking past them with a balaclava.
Yeah.
And it would raise them to be alarmed.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's it. It's my friend, you know.
So if I like walked into a police, because I was looking for the police station to make an inquiry about the store, you guys anyway. So if I came in police station just like this, what would your instant thought be? Yeah.
Yeah,
because at the end,
like, doesn't matter what you're wearing or what you look like, or take what you say, that's what you say.
at the end of the day, I just want to know, you know.
I mean, like, would you feel some sort of way me coming in dressed like this, or without this, like?
I would ask you to bring it down just so we can understand you better. But
Yeah.
Other than that, if it's boiling and it's really hot.
Yeah, yeah. Then you got more suspicion.
Then obviously you're going to think, well, it's like the weather outside. It's not even cold whatsoever. We're wearing t-shirts and this that's coming with a balaclava,
Yeah.
sunglasses and that. So I'd want to know. To me, it's more like raising suspicion around mental health. Do you know what I mean? Not
What do you mean?
mental health, because that, you know, if you look at it, you know, all this problem, you feel right.
Okay.
Where all this, you might want to know. I want to speak to the guy.
Yeah.
Speak to the person. Get to know more about what's going on in them exactly. But if they come up randomly and start speaking to me in the balaclava, well, it is what it is. You just talk to them, mate.
Yeah.
I won't be able to understand you.
Yeah,
So
fair
I'd ask
enough.
them politely, just put it down and we can have a conversation.
Is it something you've noticed more with our young people recently, or in the past recent years, or?
Yeah, it's with a lot of the youth.
Yeah.
A lot of the youth nowadays, my friend. It's more fashion, I think. It's a fashion thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you've got all them, you know, them drill rappers
Yeah,
and
exactly.
whatever,
Yeah.
all that drill stuff going around. And it's a fashion thing for them to wear a balaclava and then wear like a woolly hat on top. You've seen it on the videos.
Yeah.
So they're going to follow. They think, yeah, it's cool to do that, let's do this, let's follow fashion. And let them do it. But at the end of the day, it makes them look silly, doesn't it? Because it's boiling and they've got balaclava and a woolly hat on. You're going to sweat yourself off there.
Yeah, no, I agree.
No, but I see a social experiment. I understand what but you've not felt anything from the police because we're used to it now, you see.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, you're more used to it now, because I think I saw a YouTube video like 10 years ago where these guys running the similar experiment. They walked into a bank with a balaclava on them and they were instantly thrown out. But that wouldn't happen these days, would it? Really?
No. But you know, the way that I see it is that people just see a uniform, don't they? We're people as well.
Yeah.
We're human beings. We've got feelings. You know, we've got family. We've got loved ones. You know, I love my life. You know, so you've got to put yourself, before people ask police questions, put yourself in our shoes for once and then just roles reverse. See how we feel.
Yeah.
See how you see. Because, you know, we tolerate abuse for no reason. Yeah?
Yeah.
I've tolerated racial abuse for no reason.
Yeah.
No reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I'm keeping the public safe because that's what I'm sworn to do.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I mean?
in fairness, there are a lot of police officers who are. There's a lot of corruption in the police. I'm sure you would agree. I used to be of the side where I don't think most police officers are corrupt. Recent years, I've actually experienced personally like the opposite. And I'm not saying you guys are corrupt or like you're bad police officers, because there's definitely good ones out there. But it's just unfortunate it's because those bad ones tarnish the whole reputation. And
You know what? Just because somebody's
but I don't like to judge someone straight away.
You know, I always believe like my way of policing is the biggest tool in the police. What do you think our biggest tool is that we have? It's not body armor or anything. This speaking to people. I spoke to you, come over, you spoke to me, you had a balaclava on, you've got sunglasses on, you've got a head. Did I seem intimidated in any way?
No.
There you go. So it shows what kind of officers we are.
But did I grab your attention from a distance or at all? You need details? Alright, okay.
You know what? It is pretty chilly.
Yeah, that's
You know, and there are people, because a lot of people they want to wear a couple of hoods and feel warm and feel stuff.
I think it's more your behaviour. If you were standing there
Eyeing you up and
way and following our movements, then it would raise more
It will raise
suspicion.
that suspicion.
But I think were you walking past this way?
Yeah.
I seen you coming this way, but I didn't see anywhere else.
Yeah, okay.
That was only because I looked over there and seen people.
Or maybe because, you know, you're so good at it that you don't notice it. But then you documentary.
Also,
Say though, on a personal level, even when I finish work walking to my car in the middle of the day, I'm constantly looking at my back.
Yeah.
This is before I even joined the police.
Yeah.
So if I seen someone behind me, all black, face covered, I would feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because obviously you can't see behind you. It's obvious when it's behind.
Yeah, especially if it's at night. Like these days, obviously, like you guys are more used to it just from seeing like drill rappers and stuff like that, music videos and whatnot. I remember the first time I ever saw a guy in a balaclava though was, I think, when I was in high school. I think I was in like year 7 or 8, and that did shake me. He was walking around during the day, and that was the first time I seen it. I was like, wow, like, what's going on there? But then, obviously, recently now.
And then you've got to see it on another way as well, that realistically, why would you want to cover your face? God give you some locks. Show them.
I do think it has been tarnished because I think motorcyclists wear like some sort of balaclava thing, and then obviously in the winter, I know I wrap my scarf pretty much around my face.
Takeaway delivery drivers on the bikes and that.
Delivery drivers, they're all mashed up.
Yeah. That's obviously for like protection for the dust and stuff. Yeah.
So you have to protect themselves, but sometimes you see like a gang of Uber riders, and you know they've not even got the bags or nothing, and they stood around. There's about 5, 6 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would look intimidating to the person that's just going past that, like never seen balaclavas or something, that are not seen anything like that, and they think, oh my God, what's that? You know, just doing the delivery. So that's why it's very hard for like officers. We've got to stay in the middle, mate.
Yeah.
You know, we can't judge anybody.
So like, what determines to you, like when you see someone and you think they may be carrying something?
Behaviour.
It's just behaviour, nothing to do with the dress sense.
Yeah. You know, if you generally have nothing on you, just be the same as everyone else.
Yeah.
You will see how people are, how people act. When they've got something that they shouldn't, they automatically, I think it's their human nature, they start acting suspicious.
Yeah.
Or they try, they double check it, check what it is, or, you know, I'm not trying to give you tips.
No. I'm not criminal anyway, so.
No, but so we know what we're looking for, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, you'll see it honestly, the way that people will act when they've got something, because then you'll get some of the young ones that are literally, that have got a weapon or concealing something. You'll see that cocky and arrogance about them when they're dealing with other people, or if it's going to be a confrontation, the one that's out in front and he's ready to go.
Yeah.
You just know.
I think it's body language and behaviour.
Body language and behaviour. We've got all the trigger points that we know ourselves.
Mm.
And, you know, like, I'm not going to say there's good and bad in everywhere, mate. You know, there's some officers that, you know, I'm just saying whatever they've done and however they've acted, you know, whether you've been a victim of it or not, all I can do is apologise on their behaviour. Now they've acted, you know, but other than that, not everyone's bad, mate. So,
Yeah, no, I agree, yeah.
All we're trying to do is we're trying to earn an honest living.
Even though those things have happened to me, I don't assume every single police officer I meet is bad. I just like to always give people like a chance kind of thing first.
Yeah.
Like straight away.
No, it's true. And just like I said, we've got families and homes that we've got to go home safe to.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, mate, when people are running away, we're running in. So you've got to give some kind of credit.
Yeah.
You know, and that's above board to all officers.
I think in general, you know, people have their opinions on the public service, but anyone can be a victim of crime, and when that happens, they're going to ring me, they know that they can rely on what is off.
It's happened before. Known criminals, obviously, have actually called the police.
Yeah.
Because there's some opposite gang that have found where this lad's address are, and he's phoned the police because he's so scared.
Yeah.
Because he knows that a 999 will get the cops there within 13 minutes.
My uncle, my grand, Uncle Jack! Can't tell you go, my grand. Uncle Jack! Uncle Jack! Drive fast, Uncle. Drive fast, Uncle. My friend, everything my car. Uncle, drive fast. I'm gonna pay you, Uncle. Uncle. They're coming. You're going somewhere, my friend. Hey, take money, Uncle. I'll give you money. Don't worry, Uncle. Where are you going? Drive fast, Uncle. Yeah, follow me, my friend. Drive fast. Ayo. Brother. Ayo, I'm getting dot down. I just got bored. They're behind me, brother. Wallahi, bro. 1 second. Brother, which way do you want to go, brother? I need the police. I'm getting followed by a car. Uncle, brother, which way to go? My car. Uncle, go straight, Uncle. Miss, I'm getting followed by a car. Brother, they're behind me, brother. Yeah, I'm getting followed by a car, miss. Brother, they're behind me. They're following me. They tried to stop me. that they follow me.
Miss. Miss.
Wherever you are, we've got that. We have to get there. As quick as it's a 999 call, so we'll get there quicker than his voice.
Yeah.
And that's what they want. And then when the police, you see the sigh of relief on them. So we have to protect the public. No matter what you've done or who you are, we have to protect you. We have a duty of care. I don't mean to sound like but it's the truth.
No, yeah, I appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah. Nice one.
Look after yourself, my friend.
You
I
too.
look out for you on your documentary. What's it called?
Curio.
Curio.
The channel name is Curio, Kurreo. This is going to be on the second episode. So I've done the first episode already. Yeah.
So you're just speaking of us.
Yeah.
Curio, you have a good day, my friend.
It's a nice one.
Look after yourself.
Cheers.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks. Now that was actually a pleasant interaction I had with those two officers. But in the last few years, out of let's say about 10 interactions I've had with police, 2 or 3 of them have been cordial, and you just saw one of them. Bear in mind I'm a law-abiding citizen with no criminal history whatsoever. So to me, that says quite a lot. Now, I wasn't going to purposefully act up or act shady just to try and provoke a response from the public or these officers, because it's simply not in my nature to do so. I know that it would likely make for more interesting content, but I'm not chasing views like that. However, it did answer the question, if you just act normally, or act regularly, whilst going about your business, the likelihood of you having a negative response from people massively decreases. Obviously, you'll still get some looks here and there, I'm sure, but it's so common these days, overall, people won't look at you twice. However, I'm doing this during broad daylight. What would the response be if I was to walk around like this at night?